You can overcome anything. You can overcome any fear by practicing over and over and over again. Practice really makes you perfect. At the beginning, you will always experience intense discomfort, intense uneasy feelings. But by practicing over and over and over again, you can begin lessening the fear, and you will eventually no longer let it control your life. I want to share a story about how I became more sociable and care less about what others think. I was never outgoing or comfortable in social situations. But when I started college, I decided it was time to push myself. I wasn't Catholic, but the local Catholic church hosted free dinners for students every week. It seemed like the perfect opportunity to challenge my social anxiety. The first time I considered going, I felt incredibly uncomfortable and afraid. My mind raced with thoughts of awkward conversations and being judged. But I knew the only way to conquer my fears was to face them head on. So I pushed myself to go to the dinner, even though every bone in my body wanted to stay home. That first dinner was painfully awkward. I could barely eat or make conversation, but I didn't let that stop me. I kept showing up again and again, week after week, and slowly it started getting easier. The more I put myself out there, the more my irrational fears subsided. Practice. Do it over and over again until you feel comfortable. You probably won't be able to get rid of fear completely, and you don't need to, but you do want to get to the point that it becomes manageable. I didn't try to fix all of my anxieties at once. I just focused on building confidence in this one social situation by repeatedly facing discomfort. Over time, the fear became manageable. I started enjoying the dinners and even make a few friends. This experience taught me that we can't let assumptions or fears hold us back. Progress comes from practicing regularly, even when it's uncomfortable. I stopped expecting instant results and learned to appreciate small wins. The experience may not be a huge victory, but it's definitely helped contribute to my bonus and growth. My story may inspire, but real growth comes from personal experience. Everyone has to find their own path. What worked for me may not work for someone else. True change requires actively participating in your own journey, regardless of what others have done. Life will be your greatest teacher. My experiences or anyone else's experiences won't help you directly. They may benefit you in some way, but they won't help you avoid all the necessary rejections or failures that you need to learn on your own. You can't simply overcome your fears by just listening to others' stories. Other stories will inspire you. They can motivate you. But you have to participate in your own life, in your own success or failure. What works for others may not necessarily work for you. Don't rely on anyone else but yourself. It's okay to ask for help, but realize that you still need to take full responsibility for your own development. You have to participate in your own rescue. The only way to overcome your fear is to face it. No one else can rescue you from your fears. You must be the one who takes action. I didn't let the fear paralyze me. I acknowledged it, but I chose to face it anyway. This is crucial for overcoming any obstacle, not just social anxieties. By repeatedly putting yourself in uncomfortable situations, you desensitize yourself to the fear and learn to manage it. The only way to become good at something is to practice over and over again. Practice daily, practice often, Practice even when you don't feel like it, even when you have 1,000 of excuses not to do it, but you do it anyway. Repeatedly facing your fear, even when uncomfortable, ultimately led to decreased anxiety and increased ease in social situations. This reinforces the principle that progress comes from putting in the effort, not expecting instant results. If you find it difficult to stop worrying about what others think of you, then you need to intentionally put yourself in awkward situations over and over and over again. You can replace real-world experience by listening to motivational messages over and over and over again. You have to take action. You have to show up. You have to put yourself out there. Go to small gatherings where you don't know anybody. Go to random meetups. Say stuff that you normally don't say. At the beginning, you may worry about other people's opinions. You may worry if they are judging you. But accept it, acknowledge it, and do it over and over and over again. Eventually, you get comfortable. Eventually, the fear will become manageable. Try activities that are unfamiliar to you. Not one time, but many times. I didn't used to like yoga, but in order to expand my comfort zone, I have tried it over and over and over again. And now when I walk into a yoga event, I no longer experience huge discomfort like I used to be. The key I want to emphasize is practice. You can conquer almost anything by simply practicing over and over again. My journey proves that with dedication, we can overcome our fears. I encourage you to identify areas where you feel discomfort and intentionally seek out opportunities to face those challenges. Though it may seem difficult, have faith that your resilience will grow with each small step. Be patient with yourself. Celebrate tiny victories and don't become discouraged. With daily practice, you can move past limiting assumptions and gain the confidence needed to create the life you want. Have the courage to participate in your own rescue. The path to growth is often uncomfortable, but you have an amazing capacity to adapt and thrive. Take the first step today. The future belongs to the bold. My friend, you have what it takes. You have in you everything you ever need. Even when you don't see it, just trust it anyway. Remember, there is no overnight success. Every single person gets to where they want to be because of daily, consistent practice. So, stand up, roll your sleeves up, and put in the work. Because one day it will pay off. Hey, I hope you enjoy this episode. Thank you for choosing to listen to my podcast. I love doing this and I do it in my spare time. And your ratings and reviews would mean a lot to me. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. And until next time, never stop believing in yourself and always be your badass, authentic, genuine self.